So we got a lighter evening this evening. We only have like about 10 or 12 people on the call. Maybe some people are still about to filter in, but if there's no other questions, brothers and sisters, but I hate to leave a call this fast or this early, but it doesn't look like anyone has any real questions. So I get it. You guys are just chiming in, and I appreciate it. But if there's no further questions or anything, I guess I wrap it up. I hate to, don't want to. Anybody out there got a comment? Who's got a victory? Someone's got a victory. Someone's making some money.
I already pushed it, but I can still open the door.
All right.
Hello?
This is Mitch. How's it going?
Good. Can you hear me?
Sure. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah. Hey, this is Randy Horton out of Midland. How you doing?
Hey, Randy. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
What's on your mind today?
Just hanging in there. Now, I just wrote down a few questions.
Sure. What you got going?
All right. Well, the other day I started money. What is the name of your course? Private lender. Private money changes everything. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. One of the things I didn't get very far through that yet. I've gone through your whole course many times now, just traveling down the road listening to it. But that one I don't think you have an MP3 for it unless you do, and I didn't find it. But either way, I'll get through it. But now I noticed one part of it. Mike says, let me see here. I wrote this down. It says in the first module, this is what I wrote. In the first module, you and Mike are talking about, getting private money even for a quick flip, which I assume you mean like a wholesale deal. And my question is, why would you need to get private money for a wholesale deal instead of just doing an assignment? Would it be in case you wanted to hold it longer? Wait for the right buyer or what?
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes when you're wholesaling deals, sometimes they only give you 15 days to close, or even if they give you 30 days to close, it might take you a while to find the right buyer. And then you don't want to gamble on buyers that you're not sure that can close because you'll burn up all your grace time, But if you just go ahead and take the property down, you can wait for the right buyer. You can take bids. You can hit more people. You can pit one against the other for a little while. You can play like round robin, or you can, maybe you just need to go mow the lawn and pick up the trash and just do the littlest thing so it doesn't look so bad, Clean the windows for God's sake, That's all.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
I don't know. But mostly we want to take them down so we can take a breath, we can slow down, we can look at the house and think, what does this need? We can start high and we can work our way down slowly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
so,
that way you can see what.
It doesn't work if the money costs. Yeah, it doesn't work if your money costs you an upfront fee or points or all that. But if you're getting it from a private lender and it's not costing you anything to get the loan, slow down. Now, the other side of that is you might need to give that lender a little $1,000 kicker or something for going in and then having to get out real fast. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Just like you were giving Carlos at first.
Yeah, 1,000.
You talked about in your training.
Yeah, depending on how much money it makes, you want these guys to. They call that they're just getting paid really to bridge you for 30, 60 days. You know what I mean? Just for a bridge. So that's the logic behind that statement.
Okay, that makes sense. Here's another question. Now, do you make monthly payments to your private lender? Is that how you pay them, or do you pay them off like when you sell the house, or you do it both ways?
A long time ago, I didn't, but I was buying the house, seller financing the house, and selling the note within 30, 60, 90 days. And, you know, he needed the kicker because I was in and out real fast. His money wasn't staying out. Today,
okay.
I borrow money for, you know, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years. And it's, you know, private lender always has anxiety until they actually get paid when they're supposed to get paid. So if I made annual payments, you know, they would have all this anxiety for 12 months. If I pay them by the month, they don't have any anxiety. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't want them to lay awake and wonder if they're going to get paid this year. I just, it's like a check-in every 30 days. Hey, things must still be going good for Mitch because I just got a check from him right on time every 30 days. Also, it'd be kind of hard to go back and ask a lender for more money if you weren't going to pay him for a year and you didn't even know if you'd made your first payment yet. You'd have to wait a year before you'd proven yourself. When if you're sending monthly payments, about by the third month, you'll get a call from them if they have more money, or you'll get a call from them saying, hey, can you do another little one with me? Or can you do another one with me? And then you make payments on both of those houses now for another 3 months, which is a 6 months total. And then they call you and say, can you do another one? And somewhere between 6 months and 9 months, if they have a mother load, they'll drop it on you. But it's because you're proving yourself good to your word every 30 days. And if you don't have a payment but for every year, you're not even going to they're not even going to know who you are for a year, really.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Plus, I want to know where I am every month. I would rather stay even every month than to pay my 300 mortgages once a year. That would scare the hell out of me. You know, I would owe, like, that money sitting there over the bank, it better not disappear, you know, because I'm going to owe it at the end of the year. It'd be a big number.
Okay. What do you think about most of the time when you buy your houses, I mean, you buy houses that are, you know, in need of repair, correct? Distressed properties?
Most of the time.
I mean, what do you think about I mean, I like that concept too, obviously, working for you, great, but I mean, what about, like, what do you think about the pretty house terms business? Buying houses that totally don't need anything but I mean, have you ever done any of that? Usually when they're doing that pretty houses, they're doing it subject to, right? Yeah. Well, I think that's okay. I think there's okay if there's a lot of room in them, but usually the pretty house business doesn't have any room except for the down payment. You know, usually you're just charging a down payment basically because you already have the financing, the underlying financing in place for someone to make the payment on, you know? And I think I wouldn't want to build my whole empire on subject to loans that there was no equity in. Because if the banks ever go to call these notes, nothing's ever going to it's not going to work. I only do subject to loans really when there's $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 at least spread. Because the house they owe so little on the house, but that's not the pretty house theory. The pretty house theory is you find a house for $195 that you can sell or finance for $210, but you can get a $30,000 down payment and you put it in your pocket. I mean, I'm sorry, you find a house that has a $190,000 balance. They'll give you the payment book, so you owe $190, but you can sell the house for $220 with $30,000 down. So you pick up a $30,000 down payment. Or you can sell it for $210 and pick up a $20,000 down payment or a $10,000 down payment, you know. And so you get the down payment and you go spend that money. And now you got a house that's breaking even every day. And it just seems dangerous to me because the loan's not in your name. And there's no equity in it. A lot of those people. I like the $20,000 part a lot. I have none of my money in this deal, and I get the $20,000. But what's happening after that? Am I making $100 a month between what I owe and what I'm paying, or am I making $200 a month, or am I making $500 a month? You know, you could sell the house for $210,
and make the 20,000 payment, and you're making payments on 190. But the note that you have is like at 3.75%, and the note you're charging your buyers at 10%. So you could be making some spread per month too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just would want to make sure all that seemed worth it to me.
And I know some of the other, I think I even brought it up before to Mike, and I know a lot of the other callers have talked about lease options. I know in Texas it's not real favorable, is it, to be able to do those? Or like a sandwich lease option, can you even do those? Or I guess they're not really worth doing, right? I mean, I heard Mike talk about a 6-month something or another.
Yeah, if you have an option period for over, if you give someone an option period for over 6 months, the court deems it as a disguised sale, and then you got to go through foreclosure to get them out.
Okay.
It's not just an eviction anymore.
Okay.
Now, Ron LeGrand had some ways out of that. And the other thing you could do is you could just act like an intermediary, and you could sell your position with your buyer to, you could sell your position, which is your contract. You could sell your contract to the buyer, and the buyer could deal directly with the seller. And you just take the down payment out of the middle as an assignment fee for your contract.
So basically like wholesaling, but doing a pretty house, right?
Yeah, I like that better because it's clean. You got your 20 grand for giving the buyer your contract. Now the buyer has to assume the payment from the seller, and you're out of it. If they have any breakdowns or the bank wants to call the note or anything, you're gone.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that.
That's all I got tonight.
But you won't be making any spread per month on that deal. You see what I'm saying? You're just doing it for the down payment only.
Yeah. For that, I guess it'd be like a wholesale deal, right? For a pretty house, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Mitch. Appreciate it, man. Maybe I opened it up for someone else to have a question.
No worries. Thanks, Randall.
All right, we'll see you. Bye.
Good questions.